Oh, I'm a little off center. There we go. Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Leopard King Mike L. This is Legit Fantasy Football, brought to you by legitpodcast.com. It is September 22nd, 2022. For the Math Geeks, that gets us 09222022, which I guess 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, plus another 2 is nothing. I get nothing. Joining me, as always, Brother Ray. What's up, Brother Ray?
2, 2, and 2, 2.
Yeah, there's just a lot of 2s, but, there's a 9 there. Doesn't make sense. So how was your football week?
It was kind of a mixed bag. I think betting-wise, probably had a down week, but fantasy-wise, I did good. I hit something on DraftKings. Had a pretty good fantasy week. It's going to happen. We'll talk about it. This is, week 2 can be completely different than week 1, and I think we saw a lot of that.
Teams have not settled in. Joining us, Mastradamus M1, Mr. Neville F. What's up, Matt?
Teams have settled in.
Okay.
Going to beat the Colts up. And I also said the Dolphins were going to beat it. I said it was a must-win. I got more where that came from. And I'm going to say right now, Brother Ray was saying 2. My favorite play is Tua, and he's 2-0.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was nice. Let's have joining us, buddy, Money there. What's up, buddy?
Yes.
I'm drinking some good Stop and Shop water. I'm enjoying 2-0 while it lasts.
Like the orange. Love it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I'm rolling into my day off, thinking about the beer that I'm going to buy tomorrow. So
there you go. There it is,
buddy.
There it is.
Drink that beer and enjoy it on me. Congratulations on the victory.
Yeah, dude.
Froze again. Froze again.
Good job.
You froze again. Now, Matt, you froze again. Before we get into the game, before we get into last week's game,
I might not make the show, King. The internet's been crazy over here all day long. I don't know what's going on.
I just want to get this out of the way first. You finished with the lowest score in the Legit Fantasy Football League this week.
You're welcome.
You therefore, no, buddy, we already knew this, but you have no idea. When you texted me, we were already on top of this because, Matt, you have to apologize to the league for scoring the lowest amount of points. I would also like you to apologize for Kyle and him not apologizing. Go right ahead. You get 2 apologies.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait, give me 1 second. And go.
Hi, I'm Kyle Ivory Jones. I didn't do good at all week 1. I didn't really know how to formulate a team, and my result was the lowest score point total for the week. And I have to say sorry because I'm sorry. And my team is sorry. And what that accumulates to is a sorry result, which means a sorry apology from me, Kyle Ivory Jones.
All right. What about your apology, Matt? Because you scored the lowest second week.
Buddy, I love you. So much so, in fact, that I couldn't even put an assault on you. Probably because you're a giant and I was worried that you'd kick the fucking shit out of me. And also because you're like a big pillow and I love you so much. So, like Genius Kev last year, I didn't want to play him in the Super Bowl. I don't want to play you. I got no quarrels with you, buddy. Congratulations.
All right. And there it is. Matt, I appreciate it. Nice job, Matt. Nice job apologizing for yourself, your team, and also helping out and apologizing for Kyle.
Absolutely.
All right. So, boy, yeah, you don't ever want to be the lowest scoring. No, not at all. All right.
I have Jalen Waddle on my bench. Oh!
Whoa.
Why did...
Yeah. All All right. Let's see. Last week was a mixed bag. Let's start off with that Thursday night game. Really quick, just to brief through it. The Chiefs beat the Chargers. I felt the Chargers would keep it close. I guess you guys thought it would be more of a blowout, but it was a close game. But the Chiefs did pull it off. We already touched on that, so I'm just going to go over the score. Ray, I'm going to start you with the Dolphins go to the Ravens. And Tua throws 6 touchdowns. Now, I already asked you offline what you thought of Tua's his arm, and you went into a gigantic tirade about how Tua this, Tua that, and I just kept asking about all I want to know what you thought about his arm. But I get it. The Tua backers are backing him. And why not? He won the games through 6 touchdowns. I just compared him to Bernie Kosar-esque in the sense of the ugly balls he throws sometimes, the floaters, the lame ducks. But Brother Ray says that's not true. Maybe I didn't see Tyreek Hill come running back every time the ball was thrown to him. I don't know. But either way, he did throw 6 touchdowns.
Oh, my God.
So, Brother Ray, tell me about Tua, and then tell me who's the best receiver on the team right
now. Tua and Bernie Kosar should not be in the same sentence. Okay, let's get that out of the way right now. What's funny is no one ever asked you, hey, 49er fan, Mr. 49er fan, what do you think of Joe Montana's arm? Well, it's not that strong. He's not that tall. So I'm going to compare him to some third-string hack quarterback. I don't think that ever happened, King, but let's get to the Dolphins, all right?
Wait, did you just compare Tua to Montana? That's much worse than me comparing Tua is closer to Kosar than Montana.
No, I'm talking about their arms. I'm talking about their arms. Montana did
Tua's better than
but nobody ever said, hey, that Joe Montana, are you happy with his arm? He's got 4 Super Bowls, but are you really happy with his arm? Have you ever heard that?
No.
Okay.
But Joe Montana never really had issues. He always hit everybody in stride, West Coast offense.
Same arm, buddy.
All right, continue.
All right, Jalen Waddle, stud. I mean, there's no doubt. Him and Hill, Hill took 3 quarters basically off. You know what? It looked like the same old Dolphins after 3 quarters, though. And I was sitting there going, damn it, I'm right. Again, they did it again. But that coach is the big difference. He made unbelievable adjustments, and he knew that they had youth in that back end, and he took advantage of it. All right, he took advantage of that safety from Notre Dame, number 14 pick. I mean, give him McDaniel credit. He is an offensive guru. I know that term gets thrown around, but he really is.
All right. Buddy, what did you think of the Dolphins real quick?
All right.
I want to touch on something.
Wait. Let him talk about let me hear Buddy talk about Tua's arm. I know that's what he's going to talk about.
In the beginning of the game, it was like the same old Dolphins. Here we go, throwing interceptions, just like sucking ass. Defense not doing their job. They're running up the score. And then they came back in the 4th quarter, and they was like 1 touchdown after another. I saw this starting to happen on the screen below and on my phone. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just wasn't sold until they really started to lay the scores on. But yeah, Tua was underthrowing most of the game, except those 4th quarter throws. Those were pretty on point. But I'm not sold on Tua by any means at all. I do like his offensive weapons. I do like that defense. I love the new head coach, even though I love the last head coach. But I'm still not sold on Tua.
Matt. Go ahead, Matt. You're waving your hands no.
The verdict is in. Case is closed. Listen, there is no more wondering if Tua is or isn't. He is. Okay? 711 times teams have gone to the 4th quarter with 21-point leads. Only 1 time that team has won. That's Tua and the Dolphins. They came back, biggest comeback, 4th quarter comeback, history of the game. They're playing with power. Super Nintendo. This is Tyreek, Jalen Waddle. I'm going to go out on the limb, say best duo history of the NFL. Randy Moss, Chris Carter. Carter was old. possession receiver. You got Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, best duo ever.
Whew. Without having to go look up stats, I'm going to say no. But, then again, they've only played together for like 2 games. You get a comment here.
2 games.
All right. Someone's asking a question. Hey, there, Malachi, 1476. After we answer this, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, and then ring that bell for notifications for all our shows. Guys, pick 3. Deontay Johnson, Michael Pittman, Gabriel Davis, and Amari Cooper. I like the last 3. I'm not big on Johnson right now. I'm not big on Johnson. And I like Pittman if he's healthy. I like Gabriel Davis, and I like Amari Cooper. But if Pittman's not healthy this week, I put Deontay Johnson in his place. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, for me, if Pittman's healthy, you have to put him in, but you're not going to know that until Sunday. And if you wait on Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, that game is tonight. So I think you definitely got to get Cooper in there. I would probably say Gabe Davis. I'd probably say Gabe Davis would be my 3rd.
So Pittman, Cooper. So who would you sit out? Johnson,
yeah.
That's what I said. Matt, you want to say something out of the dark? Matt? Okay. So go with everybody but Deontay Johnson there, Malachi, and I appreciate it if you hit the like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Ring that bell. Moving on. Jets go to the Browns. Oh, my God. The Jets beat the Browns. You know what? I'll start this off. I told Brother Ray again this offline. This was the first time I've ever seen the Jets win a game because of coaching in like 20 years maybe. Because that coach did a couple of things where he got that team, fake punt, did this, did that, got people believing in him. I'm telling you, there's a couple of young teams moving up in the NFL right now, and you can see them start to pop up, and they're all young and overly confident, which is great for young guys. Matt, what did you think of the Jets beating the Browns by 1?
How much did you hear me say about the Dolphins?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, a lot. Yeah, a lot.
We lose him.
So what does that mean?
Where did I cut off?
I have no idea, Matt. Where'd you cut off? I don't think anybody here knows when you cut off, actually. You keep freezing. All right, Ray, what did you think of the game?
I think it was what we thought it was going to be. Joe Flacco is born again. Like we talked about this in the preseason. We talked about this offline. He's born again. He is the best quarterback for that offense right now. And, no offense to the young guy, but Joe Flacco, he's one of the top passers in the league right now, which is absolutely scary. They have plenty of weapons on offense. Their defense played a lot better this game. And this coach, for once, stood up to the New York media during the week. He pointed at him and said, listen, I'm taking names. I am writing names down of people that have been dissing the Jets. And that's what you need to do when you're in New York. You can't be a wallflower. You can't take that crap. You got to come out and smack somebody in the face.
Buddy, your thoughts?
Honestly, I picked the Browns. I thought both teams were trash, and I have no opinions. I'm sorry.
Okay. Matt, did you want to touch on the Jets quick for now or move on?
Yeah, no, I had the Jets. I felt that they would cover. I didn't see the victory, but
all right. The next game was
now you got the favorites tonight? Come on.
All right. So the next game, Commanders, the Commies go on the road to Detroit, and Carson Wentz is, I don't know, Carson Wentz. Ray, this game ended up exactly like I thought it would. I don't have anything else to say about that. Right?
I think we all had this game. I think this was another one that we all had. We knew Detroit was going to come out and lay a whooping on them. I think the Commanders got lucky the week before in week 1. You got to give Detroit credit. That we talked about that offense and how potent it is, and they showed it. Both running backs can run the ball. Swift was hurt. He looked like a superstar. They're wide receivers. Even Reynolds gets down the field, makes catches. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, I know we're talking about Waddle. We're talking about these other receivers in the league that are being dominant. Chase, Jefferson. You're going to put Amon-Ra up in that tier now. You really do. He carried that team on his back.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a good team right now. I think their defense is still their weakness, but they're a fun team to watch.
I agree. Matt, you have anything you want to say on this?
Yeah. Nope, nothing.
All right. Then let us move to the next game. Because I want to talk about this one. Colts go to the Jaguars. Now, the Jaguars finally somewhat play like we thought they would. And boy, those Colts suck. Like, they don't like their quarterback. I don't know what's going on. How do you have Jonathan Taylor and you're 0-1-1? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get this team. I guess Matt Ryan is really that much of a prick because that's what's been coming out of that camp the whole time is that Matt Ryan's a prick and no one likes him. And it's showing on the football field. Ray, did you see the game?
I saw highlights of it. And you know what? I was wrong. I thought the Colts would bounce back. I thought they had better talent on both sides, but this was the Jags team that I thought we were going to see week one. But the Colts right now, Nick Foles, that's all I have to say. Get ready because he's probably going to be in there sooner rather than later. Don't forget, Reich did pretty good with Nick Foles last time. He came in and replaced somebody in Philly. But even their defense, the Colts, without Eberflus, who's now in Chicago, with that talent, they should be a lot better. The Jaguars, they did whatever they wanted. Trevor Lawrence, by the way, top air yards in the NFL for any quarterback. He's starting to come into his own. Pick him up in fantasy if he's available anywhere.
It makes you realize how bad Spurrier was as a coach, right? It really does this year, watching the Jaguars play. It just makes you go, God damn, was he a bad coach? Matt, what'd you think of your Jaguars beating the Colts 24-0? Did he start the talk?
I think he cut off again.
You
know what? He can't.
You know what I thought about the Jaguars? I told you.
You had it. You made the call, buddy.
What is it?
We owe you an apology. You said it. That was your most confident pick. You said it on the show. And you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it.
Did. Yeah, you did. I'll give him that. Oh, look at this. Hey, Lamb Cup, do me a favor. After we answer your question, please hit the like, subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications so you know when we're always on. You're in a 12-team PPR. You wrote us a paragraph. Carr, Swift, Akers, Wilson, Stevenson, Diggs, Amon-Ra, Brooks, DJ Moore, Gabriel Davis, Devonta Smith, Curtis Samuel, Gerald Everett. Should I trade Moore and Smith for Keenan Allen? No.
DJ Moore and Devonta Smith for Keenan Allen.
No. Keenan Allen's got a lot of depth, but I want more star power. For what? How much more is Keenan Allen going to score over Devonta? Like, DJ, help me with this, guys, because I get it. You're going to get more star power, but like, I guess I want to know who he's starting. You know what I mean? Like, what are your starting players, and what would you be left with if you traded Moore and Smith? Diggs,
Davis. I might do it. I might do it only because if you look at the offense that Keenan Allen has,
there's two Matties. There's two Matts. Look at this. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh, it's the best. He doesn't get better than his head, Ray. I'm sorry.
There's two of them.
Yeah. One of them.
Hey, I got no problem with 2-me. That's a great thing.
Oh my God!
He really never left. He never left. He really never left.
Two running backs. He's only starting two running backs and two receivers in a flex. So why you got Steven, you got Diggs, and right now you got Amon-Ra, right? Or Gabriel Davis. That's your two. You get your two running backs and you got a flex. I don't see trading this.
I think I would. I think getting someone like Keenan Allen in that offense. DJ Moore had a great game last week, but Baker Mayfield, and I know Devonta had a decent comeback game, but who knows what's going to happen with Hurts on a weekly basis? I trust Herbert. I think I would do that.
So Brother Ray's telling you to make the trade, and I would say, I guess I speak more from a keeper league perspective. I guess that's my problem that I would not do that. But if you want to put your eggs in like the Keenan Allen basket, and it's not like there's not receivers now developing in San Diego, not San Diego, L.A. You know what I mean? They're San Diego. I mean, they are.
They'll always be.
So let us shuffle on down to the next game, which would be the Buccaneers beat the Saints 20-10 in New Orleans. Buddy, I go to you first. Have you seen Tom Brady's face?
Oh, I hate Tom Brady, dude.
No, have you
No, I haven't.
have you seen his face? Raymond, have you seen a photo of his new face? His new face.
Yeah, I've seen it.
What's new on his face?
He looks like there's been wax applied to his face. It's like part wax, part lizard. And they just pulled everything back. And I mean, it's all. What do you think, Matt? What's your issue? Fish face?
I don't believe it. I was actually showing the wife Tom Brady's face earlier, and it doesn't even look like I don't know if I've ever seen anybody's face like that before. It's just so weird.
Well, I mean, he had like what 6-7 weeks he took off to get it facial surgery. Like he took
Absolutely, he's getting ready for the season. That's how a pro does it. Gets ready for the season by chiseling his face up.
Yeah, right. Going.
I did want to touch on the Jaguars real quick.
All right.
I said it a few weeks back ago. 13 new stars. Defense is fat. That defensive line is ridiculous. And their defense first. And that offense is going to come around. And I'm excited for Trevor. I'm excited for the Jags. I think that they're going to be
frozen. Raymond, back to
I think they're going to be doing all right. They got a tough opponent. Who is it again?
Who? I don't even know what you're asking. What are you asking me?
Yeah, we lost you, Matt. We lost you again.
I was asking, who's the Jaguars playing this week?
Oh, I have no clue. I have to look it up. Give me wait a second.
It's a big game. It's a big game.
The Jaguars this week are playing
the
Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers.
Yeah. And watch, I have a feeling that defense is going to make a statement this year.
Can you guys see in the upper right-hand corner?
Yeah.
That was his face
Oh,
like about a year ago. That's his face now with
That's crazy.
no touch up on the video, by the way.
he looks like he has cancer or something. It's terrible.
No. He got look at that. That's not Tom.
Oh.
How is that? This is Tom. That's Tom. Right? That's Tom. You know, this used to be Tom. But
I know. Who is that? Who is that?
This. Look at the forehead, gentlemen. Nothing there.
Terrible. He's
No
scary.
lines. He got his eyes done. He got his cheeks done. His forehead done. Jesus H. Christ, Tom. Slow down.
I know.
That's
Just-
terrible. He looks awful.
It's like, Tom, look, all right, on behalf of Legit Fantasy Football, Tom, my name is Mike Lepre. They call me King Michael. I don't want to do the whole speech. I've never been a fan of yours. Never have. However, I really don't want to see you go out like this. I don't want to see you go out like Michael Jackson and like by 2 years from now, I don't even know who you are. Do you know what I mean? Like the girl from Dirty Dancing. She got her nose fixed. Who the hell knows who she is? Not even the same girl. All right, Ray. So, did you have any thoughts about the Saints in the Bucs game other than Tom's face?
I mean, I think I had this one. I love this one, actually, and it kind of played out the way we thought. Tampa Bay just dominated. Their defense is legit. Winston went back to his old ways. And I'll tell you what, though, the officiating late in that game was the worst and most one-sided I have ever seen. They basically gave the Buccaneers every single call, every single interference call, defensive holding. They basically called 3 penalties on one of the Buccaneers' drive. I have never seen that happen with a home team, where the visiting team gets 3 calls, and that's that's I think what led to the fight eventually, with with the ejections and stuff. But right now, I mean, Tampa Bay, that defense they're probably the best.
Need one running back, one flex, and one tight end. Hey, there, Lucius or Luscious, please hit the like and subscribe button, and then ring the bell for notifications as we answer your questions. I need one running back, one flex, one tight end. Freiermuth or Ertz?
Jeff.
Zeke, Jay Wilson, B. Cooks, Deontay, or Miles Sanders? I say Jeff Wilson. I would say
I'm going with Freiermuth because Ertz has not really done as good as Freiermuth. I'll go with Wilson, and then I'll go with Cooks.
Flex. Ray?
Yeah, I like Freiermuth also. Ertz, he's getting the volume, but he's just not doing anything with it. I would go with Zeke over Wilson. I think Wilson's a mirage, guys. He really is a mirage. And in that offense, two other backs are going to get the ball. I love Cooks.
Brother Wright. Price is injured for multiple weeks. They picked up Marlon Mack.
Who have I been talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks?
The rookie.
Jordan Mason, the other rookie.
Yeah, this is true. He has. All right. I hope that answers your question there, Lucius or Luscious, I prefer. Moving on to the Meadowlands and, MetLife Stadium, where the Carolina Panthers traveled in to play the New York Football Giants. I will take care of this one. First off, Wink Martindale is the best thing that happened to the Giants defense in about 15 years. The way he sends different people on blitzes, different packages, he makes up for like a lack of a rush, right? Leonard Williams got hurt. Dexter Lawrence has been physically abusing people 2 weeks in a row, just destroying guys, right? They got McKinney, who's going to be a Pro Bowler, I'm telling you. And they also, this week on Monday night against the Cowboys, get back Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau. And those two on the outside, with the way we've been blitzing and playing defense, could be destructive. Flip it to offense. Andrew Thomas, after 2 weeks, is the highest rated left tackle in the NFL. Evan Neal, I watched actually tape on him. His issue is he keeps making foot mistakes because he's used to playing left tackle. After the second hop, they want you to make 3 hops to get to your guy.
Yeah.
After his second hop, his feet sometimes come together. And when the defensive ends see his feet come together, they just bull rush him to the inside and move him. But the kid's learning. When the kid locks on, he's golden. He's just good at the feet. And the thing is, they flipped it and showed Andrew Thomas's feet. Guys, I've never seen anybody set so fast. He goes 1, 2, 3, bang. No matter who's coming off the end, it's like boom. Like he just does his thing. He's destructive. So the Panthers aren't as good as they people want to say they are. The Giants aren't as good as people want to say they are. However, it's a different team. They fight. They play hard. And every game that we usually lose, the last 2 weeks, we won. And that to me is all just positive energy.
Wow, this is awful.
And Daniel Jones,
I'm not even able to do the show.
Daniel Jones.
Unbelievable.
Daniel Jones made
I might as well just stop.
Daniel Jones made a great play at the end with the keeper and went down. Ray, I like the fact that Daboll gets in his face every game and yells at him when he does something wrong. And the kid always seems to respond positively from being yelled at or given direction. So I'm happy with the way this is going. I think Eli Manning was Eli Manning. Was he ever the best in the league? Was he ever the best in the NFL at any point in his career? No. But did he win us 2 Super Bowls? Yes. Can I think Daniel can do that? Can he hang in there with everybody? Yes. You know what I mean? We're going to end up in a position where we're not going to have a high draft pick. And I'm telling you, Daniel's going to show that he's serviceable. His QB completion percentage is super high. You guys have anything to add? I'm happy with the Giants. I can't help it. I'm just happy with the Giants.
I think the test is going to be when they're down in a game, late in a game, and Danny Dimes has to lead them back. That is going to show us if Danny has indeed arrived, if he is indeed taking the challenges presented to him by this coach, because this coach, like you said, is challenging him.
But they did it week one.
That's when you're going to know. When you face adversity and you're down 2 scores or 3 scores, how does he react? That will tell the complete story.
See, my thing with him is he can make the throws. He's physically gifted as an athlete. It's all just coaching, and he's had horrible coaching for the last couple of years. You know what I mean? So this is going to work out. It's a long season. Jay Kirchevel, please hit the like, subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications as we answer your question. Who could I trade DJ Moore and Cordarrelle for at wide receiver? How the hell would we know?
I do like the way he's thinking, though, because Cordarrelle, this is the time you get rid of him.
Agreed.
Get rid of him now while the market's high. And because eventually, I don't think he's going to get through another season handling all the carries like he did last year. So I would try to trade him. I would say look at some owners in your league that have a surplus of wide receivers and see if they want to trade a stud. Maybe they want to give a stud and they want to pick up Cordell. They want an extra running back.
It's a running back and, though, a wide receiver. So if they give up a stud wide receiver, they're getting a lesser receiver, and I don't think they're getting a stud running back. You see what I'm trying to say with this trade?
DJ Moore is a decent receiver. I mean, he's a number 1 receiver. So maybe if it's a team that doesn't have a running back, maybe they need a running back desperately.
Yeah, I would look at a team that needs a running back, and I would look at their second best wide receiver, right? Unless and then I would make that. That's what I would do. That's the only way I think about it. All right, moving on to Patriots went to the Steelers, and the Pats beat the Steelers 17-14. I don't know what to think about the Steelers. Like, I don't know about tonight. I'm like, just throw Kenny Pickett in. Just throw the kid in. Let's just see what happens, And they got beat by the Patriots, and that's another game that the Patriots win by 3, and it keeps them at 1-1. Right?
I mean, can you imagine having to watch this game like all 4 quarters?
No.
How bad? I mean, they had, I had Red Zone on, and every time I saw it, it would make me want to quit football if I was playing it. I mean, it's not, but he owns Tomlin, and you know what? Master Thomas was right. That's the other one that he claimed he had. He was the only one. Give him credit. He owns Tomlin.
Yeah.
All right. Matt, you anything to add on that? You Pittsburgh Steelers shirt?
Wi-Fi was going crazy. Shut the Wi-Fi off, and it looks like everything's clear now. It's like this. We got week 1, and we got into it, and I was pretty clear when I said I watched the tape for the second time of the Miami Patriots game. It let me know a lot about the Pats, Miami, and now we know a little bit more of both teams. We see a good defensive team with New England, very sluggish offensively, but look at the Steelers. The Steelers are very bad offensively. They did okay against a bad Cincy defense, now that we see. But Pittsburgh's offense, Mitch Trubisky, King, you're right. Let's see what Kenny can do, because Mitch is the worst quarterback in the league right now, statistically, the last. So if that's going to be why would you be going with the leader here when he's not leading? He's actually putting your team already in spots where they're going to lose. They should have won that game against the Patriots. If they could have just threw up a little bit more on themselves, they would have. And then the Patriots claimed it. And that's what the Patriots will do. Bill Belichick, we've seen time and time again, you can't give them too many opportunities. Get Kenny in there. Pittsburgh's going to win tonight only because of the fact that they have a good defense. That's what's going to happen tonight.
All right, buddy. I'm going to ask you this. The Rams beat the Falcons 31-27. Now, I had this one because I had the Falcons with the points, and I've been saying that the Falcons aren't as bad as they look. They're 0-2, but they only lost by 4 to the Rams. Did you watch this game at all, buddy?
I didn't watch this game, no, Mike. I'm sorry.
All right, Ray, your thoughts on the game?
I've been talking about the Falcons since the preseason. They may have one of the better defenses in the league, bar none. I don't care. Put anyone else up against them. You look what they did against the Rams and the way they came back in that second half. I guess this was the Rams. This wasn't, some bottom basement team. Marcus Mariota played tough all the way through. That rookie Drake London, he looks like a seasoned pro.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
I love the calls. I had Atlanta too with the points. I mean, right now you have to like what you see, but you probably will see Desmond Ridder at some point come in the season. If they let more games get away from them. But I think good things are happening there, and I think Arthur Smith's doing a great job.
That's what I thought. Matt, really quick, did you want to touch on that?
I would say they got the best corner in the league. I don't know if they're one of the best defensive units, but they are absolutely trending upwards. I think that the Rams got a little lackadaisical, and the Rams caught them in kind of sleep mode, but they piled on at the end. I like what I've seen out of the Rams. I like that they got Allen Robinson involved. Like Brother Ray said, Drake London looks like he's actually in mid-season form, looks like a pro, doesn't look like a rookie. He's going to be filling a lot of teams in fantasy this year. Good what out.
You know what's funny is whenever I hear somebody say the word lackadaisical, I think they're pronouncing it wrong. And here's the reason. My mom used to use the word lazy-daisical. And I literally thought that that's what it was, lazy-daisical, for a long time. And then someone's like lackadaisical. I'm like, what the fuck? What have I been learning at home?
It's awesome.
All right, so let's go with the next game, the Seahawks 49ers. 49ers lumped them up 27-7. Matt, your thoughts?
I'm going to say something right now, and what happened with Trey Lance was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to the 49ers. In the case if he fell on his face, which I think we all think he was going to. So the fact that they signed Jimmy, and Jimmy bet on himself to possibly get in there, or maybe he's seen what they had with Trey and knew he was going to get in there. But the fact that he did bet on himself, now he's in there week 2 doing what he is doing. Boy, oh boy, is he going to make out. But the San Francisco 49ers save so much face for the overhaul that they did with Trey Lance breaking his ankle. It's such a like a smoke screen to erase a bad era. So crazy.
I have nothing on this, Ray. The Seahawks are just horrendous. I'm going to move to the Cowboys, Ray. They beat the Bengals 20-17 without Dak Prescott. Now, what do you think about this? You think, like you said, it's just they don't have film on this guy yet? Or what are your thoughts on how this happened?
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals cost me a lot of money last week. That's all I'm going to say. They cost me fantasy. They cost me in DraftKings and one bet I put. Joe Burrow, I mean, come on. Like, how come no one's going after Joe Burrow having the season that he's having so far? Like, seriously, no one says a word about Joe Burrow. But Dallas, I really think they didn't have any film on Rush. They had something from last year, that nothing from this year. He came in, he played well. He played well enough to win, and their defense really just stepped up and closed the door. I mean, the Bengals could do nothing on offense. I mean, Burrow didn't have a touchdown till the fourth quarter. I mean, their defense shut the door, but is that going to continue? I don't know. I mean, he was efficient, Cooper Rush. I'll give him credit, but teams are going to catch on to him. The more film they see, he's not special.
Brother Ray, I'm glad that you touched on the fact that no one's talking about Joe Burrow. Nobody's talking about how Justin Herbert did a pick 6 and cost him the game against KC. And people want to talk about a little bit of non-perfection of aerial passes from Tua that were completed. He missed 14 passes out of 50, 36 out of 50 passes, 14 incompletions. But you don't hear about Burrow. You don't hear about Herbert. It's unbelievable the hate that Tua gets, and I love it because it's kindled for the fire. It's great.
All right. I think the Cowboys are a farce. I can't wait to play them on Monday night. I actually think the Giants have a chance this time of I don't know, maybe going 3-0. You know what I mean?
I did want to say,
it was Noah Brown.
Hold
Their
on.
best receiver is Noah Brown.
Yeah, I know.
Noah
King,
Brown.
I did want to touch on the fact that we got to look at Seattle as what they are. A very flawed team. Bad defensively. The whole left side of that O-line is trash. Trash. So now, defensively, bad loss to Dallas. Cincinnati is now in fighting position.
Yep. All right. Buddy, if you want to jump in at any point, you just let me know, all right? Texans go to what?
Whatever, Mike.
All right. Texans go to the Broncos in one of the most horrifically boring games I can think of in a long time. Broncos win 16-9. Ray, you have anything on this game?
It was an easy bet taking the 10 points. I think we all said it. I think we all had Houston in this. I'm pretty sure we did. I mean, the rookie looked better. Pierce looked a lot better this game. Denver's just bad. They're bad. He's a bad coach. I mean, at one point, they were counting down the play clock like it was a college basketball game. It was ridiculous. I mean, if he does this again, he should be fired. He really should be fired. They won that game, but, I mean, not by much. He's been an embarrassment. Buddy, what do you think?
The Broncos head coach the week before, this is the same guy that ran out like 41 seconds of the clock before missing the field goal and kicking a 64-yard field goal. Yeah, I anticipate he'll lose his job the way he's going.
Here you go, buddy. Attaboy. Maddie, I'm going to bring you over to this game. The Cardinals beat the Raiders 29-23. What did you think of all that confusion? And tell me what you think about the Raiders being 0-2.
It's very, very shocking for the Raiders to be 0-2, but you know what? It could be McDaniels could be a bad coach, and it could be his second go around at ruining a franchise. But I hope that's not the case because he's got so much to work with. But sometimes when you got so much to work with, maybe you get too pretty. Like I would imagine being pretty simple with that offense and really messing teams up. I mean, even Hunter Renfrow, you haven't heard his name at all. You hear Josh Jacobs doing good, but the Raiders are really finding ways to lose, and that's what losers do. They should have won that game. We all seen the scores. The Cardinals, they had other plans, and that's awesome because we know that they got fireworks here and there. They come in bunches. Sometimes they don't come at all. But they did not want to go to 0-2 more than the Raiders wanted to split even. What a comeback. Very cool to see for the Cardinals. Kyle Murray fans right here. Raiders, bad. What a bad loss. That's going to hurt for a long time. You want to move on? You can't move on from that. That stinks.
Right?
Yeah, you know what? I really blame Graham. And I think that's why he's been fired in his previous couple of stops. Miami with the Giants. I mean, that defense completely folded. I mean, on that play where Murray scored that 2-point conversion, he basically ran around in the backfield for about 5 minutes. I saw the greatest description of him on Twitter. It's like when a little kid steals his parents' cell phone. That's how he runs. Like when you're trying to catch him. Like picture a little kid with a cell phone, like running around the house. That's what you saw. And he has nobody to throw to. His number one receiver is Greg Dortch. Greg Dortch.
Who sounds like when you throw up.
Right. So, I mean, like AJ Green, he's what, 67 years old? Like he has nothing to throw to right now. And he basically just put him on his back and won that game by himself. But
right, didn't you and AJ Green? Weren't you and AJ Green there for the Ali Foreman?
Yeah, we were there. Yeah, we were there. We were there.
You guys go way back.
Ali Boumbaye, yeah, we were there.
Ali Boumbaye. All right, the next game I want to move to quickly is the Bears went to the Packers and the Packers smacked the Bears 27-10. I just think this is how it plays out. Like the Packers should have beat the Bears like this. I thought the Bears would keep it closer. I think we all did, but that's what happened. Anybody with thoughts on that game? Because to me, like I said, it played out like I thought, but I thought they'd be closer.
What? I did think that the Bears would find a way to keep that game close. I actually had them winning the game outright, but there was a touchdown in that game that was never called. And this year after year comes up, and I've been saying it. There needs to be like this is come on. This is 2022. This is where the Jetsons should be flying cars and stuff. We should have like this infrared beam where it's like the Maka breaks and fireworks explode. The ball has a sensor, goes over the line. There should be a sensor in the ball and a radar at the line.
I don't even know where we are. Okay.
You know it's true.
You know, I'm with you. I guess.
Can we send this to Roger Goodell? Can we make a copy
I don't know.
of this and send it to the league office?
It's powerful.
We might have to send this to Roger Goodell and then to Butler. All right. Moving on to the next game. The Titans go play the Bills. The Bills absolutely beat the snot out of the Titans 41-7. Matt, did you see this much of a beating coming?
I did. I told all the guys at work I'm not much of a favorite guy, but on that night, I had Philly. I had the Bills. It's funny because the Bills really didn't come out the gate strong. They were sloppy, and they were still finding themselves beating them immensely. And then once they started waking up and they found their bat and they started clubbing the Titans, they just absolutely are juggernaut. They're on a roll. That comes to an end this weekend. We'll talk about that later. But the Titans and anybody who has Derrick Henry, I kind of saw that coming too, but I still took him in like 2 leagues because he fell to me in that. But boy, oh boy, if you're Tennessee, you're really kind of like,
yeah,
not good.
Tennessee's not looking good. They don't look good. Even Derrick Henry, Ray, looks like he actually might be slowing down.
2 yards of carry. 2 yards of carry.
What'd you think, Ray?
Yeah, he showed. Last year he showed he was human. I think that was the start of it. At some point, guys, that wear and tear is going to get you. You know, yeah, he had a lot of carries in college. He had a lot of wear and tear his last couple of years there. The NFL, he's been a workhorse. At some point, you are going to regress, and he doesn't have any weapons anymore, it seems. The Treylon Burks looks good. I love the other rookie. I think he's going to be good eventually, but their offensive line not as good, and their defense, again, has not shown up yet.
No, all right, I agree with that. All right, the last game, the Vikings, which I still don't know who they are, lost to the Eagles.
They are who we thought they were.
And we let them off the hook, 24-7. I don't like to speak of the Eagles because I don't think they're that good. Ray, I'll let you start.
Yeah, this was disappointing. This was a completely different Vikings team than we saw week one. They were completely different. They looked like the same defense as last year. They couldn't run the ball. Like, what I don't understand is why don't you give Cook the ball more than 10 times? What do you think is going to happen?
He's going to get going.
Against a team like Philly. And you got to give Hurts credit. Hurts came out gunning. He had over 300 yards passing. I didn't expect that. He lit it up. Their defense is ferocious. They bounced back from week one, Philly. They gave up a lot of points to Detroit. They turned it around. They used that home cooking, and the crowd was into it. I'm just really mad I didn't see it, and I had had money on the other team.
Matt, your thoughts?
I said 2 years ago, the comparison I went with Jalen Hurts was that of Pat Mahomes. And now that he's getting comfy,
you regret it.
Now that he's not, no, absolutely not. And in fact,
Regret it.
I'm very, very. Nope. I'm
Regret-
thinking that you're very. You're very upset that the Eagles own that division, and you can't help yourself.
Let me tell you something. In the words of Serrano, bring that shit to me. Bring that shit to me, man. Bring that shit to me. I can't wait to face the Eagles. Oh, if Thibodeau and Aziz are there, I swear to God, if Thibodeau gets a hard sack on Jalen Hurts, oh my God, I'd say I shaved my head.
There's a reason. There's a reason they didn't go with Cook much, and that's because that Philly line is for real. So they thought they'd have better success on aerial. I knew I was going with a kid. He had Jalen Hurts and Dalvin Cook, and he should have beat me. But before the game, I said, I think they're going to stuff Cook. And it wasn't that they stuffed Cook. They just went a different route, and I think that's what they thought. That's where they thought they would get their success.
I'm with that, I guess. Going into tonight's game, gentlemen, let us see. What do you have at the spread? First off, the Browns are favorite, I know.
4.5.
Over under?
Under.
No. What do you have?
What's the
52?
I believe it's 38. Oh, 38?
Yeah, 38. Yep.
Wow. All right. I know where to go on that one.
I'm
Who wants to
loving
go first?
I'll go first. I don't know how it could be 4.5, even with Mitch Trubisky being as bad as he is. Jacoby's going to have problems against this defense. That's just flat out. Cleveland is not a superior ball club. So if I'm going to sit here and decide who's going to win, I really don't know who's going to win the game straight up. So I'll take the 4.5 points, and I'm going with the under because there's not going to be many points in this game. That's a gimme. I love it. I think it's a layup.
All right. So one more time again. You pick?
It's Pittsburgh with
And
4.5. Yeah.
All right. Ray?
I'm going the other direction. I'm taking the Browns, giving the points at home. I think it's going to be under 2. I think that's the best bet of the night. But you know what? They lost a tough one to the Jets. But I don't know. I think Jacoby actually threw the ball better. He got his receivers involved. Chubb is probably one of the best in the league, if not the best. I like Myles Garrett at home. I like Myles Garrett at home on a primetime game. I think he's going to demolish whatever quarterback ends up back there. Hopefully the rookie's probably praying he doesn't end up back there tonight because you don't want to be back there with Myles Garrett. I'll take Cleveland and the under.
Cleveland and the under. Buddy.
Mike, I think both teams are poop. I think Trubisky is poop. However, I think the Browns are like Brother Ray says. They have enough weapons where they're gonna outlast the Steelers. And, I'm gonna go with the under as well because I think they're both poop.
Cleveland and the under. Gentlemen, I am going to go with Cleveland and the over. 38.5 or 38 is just too damn. I mean, one pick six, and that whole thing is screwed, in my opinion. Anything goes, and it's fucked, you know? But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So I say go with Cleveland and the over. We got two people going with Cleveland and the under, and then we have Maddie with Pittsburgh and the under. Is that right? You guys go with that?
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Mm-hmm. Now, before we wrap it up, yesterday was my birthday, and I had a very wild day. I had one of the most unusual days I've ever had in my life, and this is sports related. So I went and bought a pack of football cards because basically my mom used to get me Giant stuff, hat, shirt, whatever, every birthday. Open the pack of cards. There's two rookies in there, and one of them's got the pink prism. Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau in the same package. Right? That blew me away. So stuff like that happened all day long. Now, my wife comes down here, and I'm talking to my wife for about 30 minutes, right? And I'm like, I feel like my mom, who, by the way, I got to bring this up, in the morning, my dog has a birthday card in his mouth. He's playing with a birthday card. Now, I've moved stuff recently, but I didn't know where he grabbed it. It was last year's birthday card from my mom. That's how I found it. My dog was getting ready to chew it.
Wow.
So I read it. That was rough. Everything else was rough. The whole day was rough. But then I get done talking to my wife. The minute she crossed, minute she hit the stairs, right? My phone lights up. And now, you know how you get a text message and it only reads like the first couple lines?
Yeah.
It came up on my screen. It said, Felicia, we've been trying to contact you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I'll show you the text message.
That's good for you, man.
At 8:22, the minute she hit the stairs, it went boom. Literally, the minute she hit the stairs, right there, guys, it went buzz. I saw that. I was like, she's driving me nuts. I had to call Ray because I'm like, too many of those, and I'm not cool with that. That's a lot, man. That's like my mom going, do you know now? Are you paying attention now? You know what I'm saying now? That's basically what that was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's awesome.
That's just how that goes.
That's awesome.
So as we wrap up, so far this season, I'm seeing a lot of the teams that we all root for, the young teams, start to become dangerous. You're starting to see that changing. You know what I mean? The Dolphins, the Giants, the Jets. Teams like that are moving up. Teams like the Steelers, Seahawks, rebuilding. It's getting odd. It's going to be a really different landscape, I think, in about a year or two. Buddy, what do you get to say to wrap it up?
Go Dolphins. I want to see them crush the Bills at home. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be a true nail-biter. And I'll be at work with the kids watching it live on TV, so hopefully I can control my own emotions.
There you go.
A lot of injuries with those Bills. Tremaine Edmonds snapped his neck back. They're low on corners to begin with. They got suspension for their backup left tackle over there, but he's somebody that they rotate in the line. Bills are a little deflated right now. I expect a very, very good showing from Miami. This is probably the biggest game for Miami in 20 years. So this is big. Let's see it. It's gonna be fun.
I agree. Ray, any last words?
I saw on Twitter one of the flights from Buffalo with a bunch of fans going to Miami, and there was a nice tracking shot down the aisle, and they're talking about going to Miami, and it looked like a Star Wars bar. It really did. It looked like a Star Wars bar. All these guys married to their sisters, and I mean, can you imagine like the smell of the plane too? I mean, imagine the cans of Lysol that they needed after those Bills fans got off that plane. Man,
that's great.
I'll tell you a story. When I took Junior to see the Giants last year, it was against the Panthers, right? Now we're going down the New York subway, whatever it's called, that Grand Central Station. Where I saw a guy walk up to try to walk up to me and my son with just soles on his feet, with gray tape wrapped around them. Like it was like wearing a gray tape pair of boots. Wow, I don't even know where I'm going with this. Oh, the Panthers fan in front of us. We heard this wife and her husband, and they're like, "Yeah, we travel to all the Panthers games we can all around." Oh, yeah, next one's Dallas. We figured this one was an easy one. This was going to be our celebration one. This was an easy one. Spend the weekend in New York and get a victory. And I'm listening to them, and I wanted to just turn around and be like, who the fuck are the Panthers? Like, get out of here with that bullshit. You mean, like, don't talk like that. You're the Panthers. Like, what the have the Panthers done? Like, come on now. Who are the Panthers? Nothing. They're nothing. The Panthers could be gone from the NFL, and we would never know. We'd be like, what was that other team that came in with Jacksonville? Jesus crap. What was the name of that team? The Panthers. Goddamn lady. Matt, anything to say before we wrap it up?
No, I'm good to go. Enjoy the game and go Pittsburgh.
Guys, listen, enjoy the game. Make sure you tune in this weekend at 11:05. We have been, first of all, when we agree on games, pick them.
Out the pot.
When we agree on games, we are now over 80% on all agreed games. That's stupid. On top of that, Brother Ray has been giving you last-minute fantasy people that every time he says their name, and Matt can attest to this, I guarantee you'll hear their name mentioned some point during that day. on a highlight.
I
So you
will
gotta
say, Pat, first touchdown scored tonight, Pat Fairmouth.
All right. I'm going to say Najee Harris is the first.
That's a good prop bet, Matt. Really good.
I'm running
All
with
right.
it.
I am going to wrap this up, gentlemen, because we made our hour mark. I look forward to speaking to you guys on Sunday, and then, buddy, you on Sunday night. I look forward to seeing you, Brother Ray, and you, buddy, tomorrow night. Matt's yet to even acknowledge that I invited him, but we'll see what he says. So, for Master Thomas M1, Mr. Never Left, Buddy, Money, Fair, for Brother Ray, it's me, Mike Levy King, Mike Elvis was Legit Fantasy Football, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. See you again on Sunday. Listen to what we say and do what we say.